Hello students, in today's class we'll be studying about osmosis. Osmosis is the diffusion of water molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from the region of higher concentration to the lower concentration. So when we talk about the process of osmosis, we are talking about the diffusion of water molecules through a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means that membranes which allow only some of the particles to pass through it from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. So in the process of osmosis and diffusion, there is a similarity that the movement is from higher concentration to the lower concentration. And the difference is that in process of osmosis, we are talking only about the water molecules, while in the process of diffusion we were talking about the gases as well as the liquid, both. Now, this is a diagram which is depicting the movement of water molecules through a semi-permeable membrane. So, this is the semi-permeable membrane which is allowing only the water molecules to pass through it. And you can see the larger molecules here are showing the sugar molecules which cannot pass through the semi-permeable membrane. You can also see that on the left hand side the concentration of water molecules is more, while on the right hand side the concentration of water molecules is low. And as we have studied that the movement of water molecules take place from higher concentration to the lower concentration. So here you can see that the water molecules, more and more water molecules are moving from higher concentration to the lower concentration. This long arrow is depicting more and more water movement from higher concentration to the lower concentration, while very small amount of water molecules is moving from lower concentration to the higher concentration. Very few water molecules are moving from lower to higher concentration, but a large proportion is moving from higher to lower. So here's an activity to demonstrate the osmosis through a thistle funnel. So this diagram here, this is a setup here in which they have taken a beaker and a thistle funnel is attached with the help of stand, and this thistle funnel is inverted and uh, it is fixed with a cellophane paper at the base. At the base, there is cellophane paper in the thistle funnel and it is filled with the sugar solution. The thistle funnel is filled with sugar solution and at the bottom, it is being fixed with the cellophane paper. And then it is attached to the stand, and in the beaker there is water. There's water solution, there's water in the pure water is there in that, and we have inverted the thistle funnel, left it for 1 hour. Then we see that the sugar solution here, which was marked initially at this point, has now risen up, and there is increase in level of sugar solution, and it is showing at this final point. So this much rise in the level of sugar solution is because of the process of osmosis. Why? Because the water concentration was more in the beaker as compared to that of thistle funnel, and as we know that the movement of water molecule is from higher concentration to the lower concentration. So the water molecules which were at higher concentration, which were in the solution in the beaker, was more dilute, so the water molecules move from dilute solution to the concentrated solution, and hence it moved from higher concentration to the lower concentration through the process of osmosis. And due to this movement of water molecules, the sugar solution in the thistle funnel has risen up. Now children, if I ask a question that if in place of cellophane paper, if we take a muslin cloth which is very thin, so will this process of osmosis occur? The answer is no. Why? Because the muslin cloth is so thin, it allows all the sugar solution to pass through, and it will make this water solution in the beaker the concentrated one, and all the sugar solution will uh, pass through and will enter into the water solution in the beaker. But if we take in place of muslin cloth or cellophane paper, if we take rubber sheet. Now if we take the rubber sheet here in place of cellophane paper, so what will be the changes we'll be seeing? We'll be seeing that the rubber sheet is so thick that it does not allow the water molecules to pass through, and there will be no rise in the sugar solution and no process of osmosis will occur. In short, by taking the cellophane paper, we have created a semi-permeable membrane. Without the semi-permeable membrane, no process of osmosis is possible. Now, this is another activity showing the process of osmosis with the help of whisking bag. It is the same setup, almost the same setup, but in place of thistle funnel, we have taken the whisking bag, and at the top of the whisking bag we have inserted the capillary tube. We have inserted the capillary tube within the whisking bag and tied it with the help of the elastic band, and then immersed it in the beaker containing water. Left it. When we will insert this capillary tube, similarly, just like in the earlier setup, we have added the sugar solution in the thistle funnel. Here also we will take the sugar solution in the whisking bag and we will add the capillary tube. When we will add the capillary tube, we will see that the sugar solution in the capillary tube rises up. So this is marking the initial level of the sugar solution in the capillary tube. When we will immerse it in the water solution in the beaker and leave it for 1 hour, we will see that the level of sugar solution has risen up. So this is the final point where the sugar solution has shown the increase. So we have seen after 1 hour that the sugar solution has risen up only because of the process of osmosis, as the movement of water molecule has taken place from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration, from dilute solution to more concentrated solution, and the level of sugar solution has risen up. The next topic is osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is the minimum pressure that stops the process of osmosis. The minimum pressure applied to stop the process of osmosis is known as osmotic pressure. So here we have taken the U tube and there is a separation in the center of U tube with the help of semi-permeable membrane. On one side of the U tube, on the left side we are having pure solvent, while on the right side we are having the solution of solute and solvent. And just now as we studied that the movement takes place from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration. So the movement takes place from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration. So the movement takes place from pure solvent towards a solution. As you can see that the rise in the level can be seen. But the osmotic pressure is applied on the right hand side of the solution level to stop this process of osmosis. This is known as osmotic pressure. Just now we studied about osmotic pressure. Now we'll move on to what is osmotic potential. Osmotic potential is the movement, the potential of the water molecules to move from higher concentration to the lower concentration, from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration. But this is what we're talking in terms of solvent. Now if we talk in terms of solute, so we can say that the potential of water molecules to move from low solute concentration to the high solute concentration is known as osmotic potential. Children, when we are talking about the solvent, then we use the term that the movement of water molecule is taking place from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration. But if we are talking about the process of osmosis in terms of solute, we always say that the movement of water molecules is from low solute concentration to the higher solute concentration. Just like we have taken the example of U-tube. In U-tube, there is a separation in the center by semi-permeable membrane, and on one side we are having a solvent, only solvent is there, water molecule is there, and on the other side we are having solution which is containing solute. While we can say here no solute is there, only the solvent water molecule is there, while on the right hand side solute is also there. Just now we studied that the movement of the water molecule is from low solute concentration. So low solute concentration will be on the left hand side. The movement of water molecule will be from low solute concentration to the high solute concentration. So this ability, this potential of the water molecules to move from low solute concentration to high solute concentration is known as osmotic potential. So this is the osmotic potential of the water molecules. What is the importance of the process of osmosis? Osmosis allows the entry of water molecules from soil into the root. It also helps in seed germination, because when the seed will absorb the water, then only it bursts open and it helps in the formation of shoot. Cell to cell movement of water molecules takes place through osmosis. Living cells remain turgid due to the process of osmosis, and it also helps in maintaining the turgidity and the stiffness of the plant. Stomata opens and closes in response to osmotic pressure. When the guard cell absorbs water, the stomata opens, and when the guard cells loses water, then the guard cell closes. So osmosis also helps in the process of opening and closing of stomata. Move on to another topic, tonicity. Tonicity means the relative concentration of the solute, which determines the direction and extent of diffusion. In short, we can say that it is the concentration of solution which will depict the direction of the direction or the movement of water molecules. Now, on the based on the tonicity, solution are divided into three categories: isotonic solution, hypotonic solution, and hypertonic solution. So this is the isotonic solution. This one is hypertonic solution, and this is hypotonic solution. Now, firstly, we will talk about what does this mean. Isotonic solution, we have taken in this activity, in this demonstration, we have taken 3 beakers, and in each of the beaker different solution is taken. In first beaker, isotonic solution is taken. Isotonic solution is that solution in which the concentration of solute is equal to that of the plant cell which is immersed into it. The concentration of solution is equal to that of the plant cell which is immersed into it. While in case of hypertonic solution, the concentration of solute is higher. The name is hyper. Hyper means more. So the concentration of solute is more as compared to that of the solute concentration in the plant cell. While in the third beaker, we have taken hypotonic solution. Hypo means less. So in this solution, the solute concentration is low as compared to that of the solute concentration in the plant cell. Now we'll talk about the movement of water molecules based on the solution they are immersed in. In the first solution, we have taken taken the isotonic solution. First beaker, we have taken isotonic solution. So since the concentration of solute is equal in the beaker, in the solution kept in the beaker as well as in the plant cell, so there will be no movement of water at all. In the first beaker, no movement is taking at all. Now in the second beaker, the concentration of solute is higher than that of the plant cell. Just now we studied that the movement of water molecules take place from low solute concentration to higher solute concentration. So the water molecules move from low solute concentration to the high solute concentration. That means the water molecules move from plant cell to the solution kept in the beaker. Due to the movement of water molecules out from the plant cell shrinks. As you can see that the cytoplasmic contents of the plant cell wall has shown a slight shrinkage. As you can see here, they have detached themselves from the cell. The cytoplasmic content has detached themselves from the cell wall. It is separated. It's just moving away from the cell wall, as you can see here. So this shrinkage is taking place in the plant cell because of the movement of water molecules out from the plant cell. As the water molecule is moving out from the plant cell, so this process is known as exoosmosis and it leads to shrinkage of plant cell. While in the third beaker, we have taken hypotonic solution. Means the solution in the beaker is low as compared to that of plant cell. So just like the according to the process of osmosis, the movement of water molecules takes place from low solute concentration to the high solute concentration. So the water molecule in the beaker has moved inside the plant cell and the plant cell has swelled up. Due to the movement of water molecules inside the plant cell, this process is known as endoosmosis. So the movement of water molecules in the plant cell is known as endoosmosis, and the movement of molecule outside the plant cell is known as exoosmosis. Exoosmosis leads to shrinkage of plant cell and endoosmosis leads to swelling of plant cell. The another term for the process of shrinkage is known as flaccidity. Shrinkage can also be called as flaccid cell. The flaccidity. This plant cell can also be called as flaccid cell. and this the term for swelling is turgidity. So the plant cell can also be called as turgid plant cell. Now these are the differences between isotonic, hypertonic and hypotonic solution. In case of isotonic solution, the relative concentration of the solution on either side of the cell membrane is same, hence there is no movement at all. While in case of hypertonic, the outside solution has higher concentration, as the term is hyper. Hyper means higher solute concentration than that of the cell cytoplasm, and the water molecules moves from inside to outside, leading to exosmosis, which leads to shrinkage of the plant cell. While in case of hypotonic, that means less solute concentration is there. The outside solute concentration is less than that of cell cytoplasm, and the movement of water molecules takes place inside the cell from outside, leading to endosmosis and hence leading to swelling up of the plant cell. The next process is the process of diffusion when the water is absorbed by solid substance. Here we have taken the example of seed and the dry wood, the dry seed and the wood. We have kept the seed and the wood in the beaker containing water. After some time, we see that the seeds and the wood swell up. This is because of the movement of water molecules which has taken place from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration. Thank you, guys.